Hey guys, it's Hyokana, and I'm here on a more serious matter today. It's about net neutrality, and I'll talk a bit, really quickly about the whole problem of it. So, basically, net neutrality allows us to access the internet for free without having to pay in order to access what we want to. So, like, being able to browse YouTube, we don't have to pay for that. We have to watch ads, but we don't have to pay for it. If we didn't have these laws, we'd have to pay for tons and tons of things. So back in November, the FCC chairman said that he wanted to get rid of these laws and that they were going to put a vote for it on the 14th of December, which is tomorrow, of if they were going to keep these laws or not. And I think it's pretty important that we do keep these laws because there are some people that just cannot afford it. They can't afford to access it. So basically, some sites would have to be paid for in order to be able to get full access for it. So for example, a popular one, and what I'm on right now, YouTube, people might have to start paying a certain amount of money every single month in order to watch their favorite YouTubers because they can't watch them for free now. They have to pay in order to watch people on YouTube. And also, in my opinion, what I think would happen, I'm not sure if this is 100% fact, so maybe take it with a grain of salt, but I think creators that are use YouTube, YouTube is their life support. That's what they use to get money and stuff, or on DeviantArt or any other outlet where they post their artwork and they get stuff for it, like Patreon. I think that's another one. They might have to stop doing that because it's a way of them getting their money, and if they have to pay in order to make their money and it just doesn't add up to them making the same amount, they're paying more to be able to make money, it makes no sense. And then they're kind of out of a job. They're not able to put their ideas out there because they've been hindered by the internet having to be paid for. And I get that the internet, people want to make internet off the profit. They want to make the internet a profitable place because everyone is on the freaking internet. But I think it should be a free thing. It needs to be able to be free access for everyone. And it's even more shocking to me that most people really don't know what net neutrality is. I've seen so much on social media that people talking about net neutrality, and even with me when I talked to my family about net neutrality, none of them knew what it was. And most people just don't care because they're like, oh, it's not going to be a big deal. And I mean, it could possibly not be a big deal, but I'm kind of more on the side of taking it as it more seriously than maybe necessary. For all I know, by the time if net neutrality is passed on the 14th, then internet's saved and we don't have to worry about paying. But if the whole issue, if getting rid of the laws, if that's passed, then we would have to start paying monthly, and I think I mentioned that earlier. I might be repeating myself. We'd have to pay monthly to access certain websites. So it's not like we're out of the internet entirely. We would have to pay for maybe certain websites that everyone uses pretty much daily. And some people just can't afford that, which pretty much sucks. And it sucks for creators because then they're not seen as much. And on the fact that if creators can't afford it, they can't put out their creativity anymore, or they'd have to find a new website or something, which then eventually, if that got popular enough, they'd have to start paying for that too. So there's just a whole bunch of stuff that's within this, and I really don't know a lot. So you guys can take my thing with a grain of salt. What I do know is about the whole what net neutrality is and what happened on around Thanksgiving about the FCC. So the whole vote for net neutrality of keeping it or leaving it. That's I do know that. That's pretty much all that I know, and these are all speculations of my opinion of how people would be affected if net neutrality did not exist, if this whole thing with leaving net neutrality happened. Basically, that's all I've got really for you guys. I'm gonna have a few links in the description a way that we can stop this is we can call up our senators that are voting about this, or we can even text them and send like a message. If like you're not comfortable speaking on the phone, you can even text them. It's probably a bit late to send a letter now since they're voting tomorrow, and this video's up pretty late due to me not having a lot of time until now. Basically, I'll include those websites so possibly you can get in your last minute, because this is the last day we can do something. This might be the last day we can do a change, and it might not be, and if it is, then I'm in the wrong. I didn't know, but this is probably the last day we can do anything to change anybody's opinion if it's not decided that they're going to keep net neutrality. And so basically, I'm also going to include a description of Markiplier's video, because he explains it so much better than me, and he had it out a long time ago, but he explains it much better than me. He has links in his description where it like gets you to the senators as well. He probably even has a link in there for an article about net neutrality and like what net neutrality is and what might happen, so you might be able to get more information from there. Those links will be in the description. I'll make sure of it before I post it today. But thank you guys so much for watching and just paying attention, and I hope to see you guys again in another video. Bye.